Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Firstly, I'd like to start this video off by wishing you all a very happy 2020. I hope you all have an absolutely beautiful year. I hope you get everything you've dreamed of and all good things come your way. So lots of positive energy, and from my family to your family, a very happy new year. Now I hope you've all had a beautiful Christmas. Christmas was really hard for me and my family, obviously being the first one without my mum. So it was a very, very difficult Christmas. However, it was also beautiful to have some family time and to regroup as a family. So it was hard, it was very difficult. There was a lot of heartbreak, a lot of tears, a lot of sadness, but there was also a lot of love as well, and I think that is really important. Now, in the lead up to Christmas, me, my brother, my sister and my dad had all sat down and all spoke about what we wanted for Christmas. My mum, as I've said previously, absolutely loved Christmas. She thrived on Christmas. She became Mother Claus or Mother Christmas, and it was her absolute favourite time of the year. And there were so many memories and so many traditions that my mum loved and she followed, and it was just the sentiment behind Christmas was really, really tough. So we didn't want to stay in England for Christmas. We wanted to go away on a holiday, go somewhere where it's hot, somewhere where Christmas isn't really celebrated, somewhere where you're not doing the same thing as we've done every other year. So that was what we wanted, and we spoke to my dad, and my dad was just adamant that he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to break from tradition. He wanted us all to spend Christmas at home as a family, as we have done every single year, and how my mum would have wanted, really. Obviously, we all took on board what my dad wanted, and at the end of the day, you know, we needed to give him a Christmas as well, because life is too short. You know, we don't know what next year's going to bring or this year's going to bring. So my dad wanted to spend Christmas at home, so that's what we decided to do. And I'm really glad that we did. I am really glad that we done what my dad wanted, because it really was a lovely, it was a somber time, but it was really nice to be together. It was really nice to build some memories, and there was laughter there. You know, there was tears as well, but there was also laughter, and there was some moments where, you know, we was all giggling like kids, and you know, so it was a very emotional time, but very lovely at the same time. So I'm really glad and I'm really proud of us as a family that we done that, because I think that what we did was we stayed here and we fought. You know, we didn't give up, we didn't run away, we battled through it, and that is something that my mum would have wanted and something that she would be extremely proud of all of us for doing. So I am really glad that that's what we decided to do. So yeah, I am really over the moon with that. Obviously heartbroken that my mum wasn't there. The day was very sad, but as I said, there was also some little bits of sunshine that shone through, and it was, you know, it was as lovely as it could be under the circumstances. So I am glad that we done that. Now, going into 2020, you're going to laugh now when I tell you this, but I have switched back to following Slimming World. I know, well, to be honest, when you started following me, I told you that this journey wasn't going to be straightforward. It was going to be filled, it's like a roller coaster. There's going to be lots of highs, lots of lows, lots of dips, lots of whatever else you call it. But it's not I'm not a straightforward person, you know, so my life goes in peaks and troughs. So yeah, I'm just glad that you're with me for the journey. But no, I've switched back to following Slimming World. I'm going to explain to you the reasons why. Basically, Weight Watchers is brilliant, and I'm never going to knock it. It is an absolutely brilliant plan. When I was following the Weight Watcher Blue plan, I was doing really well, because I do think that the Weight Watcher Blue plan is a happy medium between Weight Watchers and Slimming World, because there's a lot of 0 point foods that you don't need to count. So I've always had an issue with numbers. I've always struggled with associating food or numbers to food. I've always struggled with that. So the blue plan to me was a very happy medium, and I was doing really, really well. After about 2 weeks of following the blue plan, I don't know why, but I decided to switch to the green plan. Now the green plan is hardcore counting. Apart from non-starchy veg and fruits, everything has a points value. So everything needs to be counted. Now that initially was okay. I was, felt okay doing that, and I didn't feel like there was an obsession there. But as the weeks went on, I felt that obsession kicking in, and I felt that I was starting to become obsessed with the numbers. And then the build up to Christmas started, and obviously that was a difficult time anyway. And as anybody who has food as their clux or their crux, that became my what I turned to. So I became an emotional eater, and I started to binge on chocolates and crisps and that kind of stuff. And every day I kept saying to myself, right, tomorrow I'm going to start again. I'm going to get back on points, back on counting. I'm going to sort myself out and get back on it. But then with that thought, I then also thought to myself, right, well, I'm counting everything tomorrow. So today, let me eat everything I can that I'm not going to want to eat when I'm counting. So it was kind of like a vicious cycle that I was going around. And I don't know why with Weight Watchers, but I'm never able to draw the line. Now with Slimming World, I can have something naughty or something high-sinned, and then I can draw the line and carry on at the next meal time. With Weight Watchers, I can't do that. I until my points reset the following week, I'm unable to get back on it. So I found that I was looking at Weight Watchers as a diet and not a lifestyle, and I've always looked at Slimming World as a lifestyle. So I started to have a little thought in my head of maybe I need to switch back, but I kept trying to push it to the back of my mind and thinking, you're just finding it hard at the moment. Then I found with Weight Watchers, I wasn't really concentrating on healthy foods or fresh foods. I was I was going for jar sauces, and I was going for having a sandwich for a dinner rather than a home cooked dinner. And again, that's not Weight Watchers' fault. That's my fault. That's because that's how I was following the plan. So it became really difficult, and I wasn't getting the calcium that I need, because obviously I was thinking I don't want to 4 points for 350 ml of skimmed milk. So I didn't feel as healthy following Weight Watchers. I didn't feel healthy physically, and I didn't feel healthy mentally. So I decided that it needs to be, I need to go into 2020 with a healthy mindset, no obsession, and I need to really sort out myself and my approach. So that is the reason why I chose to go back to Slimming World. Now, I didn't wait until the new year. I went along on Saturday. So Saturday was the 28th, I think. 28th or 29th. One of those days. I went along on the Saturday and joined the Saturday group before New Year, because I just thought to myself, there's going to be a lot of damage that I'm going to do if I carry on eating how I am. So I wanted to draw the line, except that I was still going to be at my dad's for a few days. So I was still going to maybe eat something that wasn't as controlled as what it should be. But the majority of the time I could be 100% food optimizing. And something that I've kind of been telling myself as well is I need to get out of the on-plan, off-plan mentality and just understand that you are food optimizing, but you're just at a different end of the scale. So whilst you might be 100% food optimizing, doing great, having your further speed food, focusing on free foods, having your healthy extras controlled, weighed and measured, and having your sins, you are at one end of the spectrum. Then when you're kind of not having your further speed food, you're probably going over your sins a bit, you're not weighing your healthy extras, you're still food optimizing, but you're just at the other end of the scale. So you're not off plan, you're just at the other end of the spectrum as what you was if you're doing things as the book tells you to. So I wanted to get back to that healthy mentality, and that is the reason why I just thought, draw the line now before the new year and get started. And that's what I done. Went along, I'd gained, so the last time I attended my Slimming World group was on the 30th of October. So in 2 months, I'd gained 7.5 pounds, which bearing in mind, I wasn't following anything other than I was following Weight Watchers, but kind of dipping in and out of it. It was my first Christmas without my mum, so obviously there was a lot of emotional eating involved, and I gained 7.5 pounds. So it wasn't the end of the world, and I faced it, I drew my line, and I got straight back onto it. Had done amazing this week, felt so much better, more mentally than anything. I think that, you know, not associating that food with a number, not ending the day thinking, right, okay, well, I can roll 4 points over to tomorrow, or I can, you know, if I don't go out and have a snack now, then I can have extra points for tomorrow. It was kind of promoting me to restrict and then binge, and it was it started to feel a bit dangerous. So that is why I just thought enough is enough, and I went back to my good old slimming world. So back on track now. My next group, or my next weight image therapy, is tomorrow. I've got my food diary, which I just think is absolutely beautiful. It says on it, 12 new chapters, 366 new chances. Now, I must admit, it took me a long time to realise why it says 366 and not 365. And then I realised it was a leap year. I'm just going to share with you as well. In my diary, I've got my goals and my motivation page. So I wanted to share with you my goals, and basically it says, think about your goals that you would like to achieve in terms of health and emotional well-being in 12 weeks time, and come back to this page if you need to refocus. So the goals that I've set myself are: 1, getting back to food optimizing; 2, feeling comfortable in my clothes; 3, to smile more; 4, to be more positive; 5, to feel healthy and in control; 6, reduce binge and restriction episodes; 7, be much more kinder to myself; and 8th, last and most important, to continue to make my beautiful mum proud. So that is my goals. My motivation, so this page is to record what is motivating you to lose weight. So my motivations are, first and foremost, my beautiful mum, keeping it in the knowledge that she's smiling and she's proud of me. So my beautiful mum is my main motivation. Secondly, being the best version of myself. Thirdly, my reflection in the mirror. 4th, my amazing smaller clothes. I've got such beautiful clothes in that wardrobe. I've got so many. I've probably got about 60 pairs of jeans, and I don't feel comfortable in any of them anymore. So my motivation is looking in that wardrobe every single day and seeing those clothes and knowing that I'm going to get myself back into them. 5, feeling more confident. 6, Luke still finding me attractive. Not that he's ever said that he doesn't, but I don't feel attractive. So if I don't feel attractive, then I don't expect anyone else to find me attractive. So I want to continue for him to, as cheesy as it sounds, but for him to still fancy me. So yeah, that's 6. 7, my health. Now, before I lost my weight, I was in a very bad, unhealthy way. I had 8 years to live because of my weight and because of health reasons. So I've turned all of that around, and I'm determined, which is also number 8, I'm determined not to go back to where I started. So that's my motivation. So my goals and my motivation. I feel like this week I've done really well. I'm really proud of myself. Really proud of how strong I've been. I did have a little bit of a wobble on New Year's Eve. It wasn't really a wobble. It was more, I had Brooklyn and Bo and our other niece Holly over to stay, and there was treats, there was cheeses, and there was chocolates and stuff like that, and I did overindulge a bit. But as I said, there isn't an on and there isn't an off plan. There's just food optimizing, and you're on one end of the spectrum. So I've been on the main end, the good end of the spectrum all week, apart from New Year's Eve, where I was probably a little bit further at the other end. But that's fine. That's what food optimizing is about. So I'm really proud of myself, really happy with how things are going. I'm going to update you all tomorrow with my first weigh-in and how I get on. I'm hoping that there is a loss. Again, if there isn't, then that's fine, it will come next week. So there is no giving up now. There is no, this is going to be my lifestyle. This is going to be my way of life. And I need to start to recognise that and to understand that quick fix doesn't work. Diets don't work. It's a lifestyle change. Me and Luke also want to go on holiday this year, so we want to go somewhere in maybe September time. So I want to feel comfortable in my swimming trunks. I want to feel comfortable in my clothes. I want to feel sexy on the beach and at the swimming pool. I don't want to feel like a beached wow like I do at the moment. So I've got a lot to motivate me this year and a lot to get me going and to really get me to where I need to be. Next month as well, February the 17th, is mine and Luke's 10-year anniversary. A whole decade. Wow. How have I survived? But it's our 10-year anniversary, and again, I want to feel my best on that day. I know I'm not going to be where I want to be, but I'm hoping to be a little bit closer to that point, to that place. So a lot to look forward to this year. We've had a very heartbreaking 2019. It absolutely broke me. It destroyed me in every single sense. But I'm determined that I'm going to carry on, and I'm going to use 2020 as my year where I fight back and I come back bigger and, well, not bigger because I want to lose weight, but you know what I mean, better than ever. And as I always say, the comeback is always stronger than the setback. So that's what I want it to be, is my comeback. Also, I want to share with you a quote that's my favourite quote of all time. It's always inspired me, and I just want to share it with you because I think that we spend so long beating ourselves up when we go through troubles and testing times, and we don't appreciate what we've actually achieved. Now, this is a really simple quote that but it gets me every time, and it just reminds me how strong I am. So the quote is, the devil whispered in my ear, "You're not strong enough to withstand the storm." Today I whispered in the devil's ear, "I am the storm." I just think that, do you know what? That really gets me emotional. It really gets me emotional, that quote does, because you need to remember, every single one of us needs to remember that we are battling a hell of a lot. Life isn't easy. We go through some very difficult times and we still come out the other side. So it's remembering that whilst you're struggling and you feel like you've lost the battle, you haven't lost the battle, because you're still going. And I think that every day that you wake up and every day that you face the day ahead, every day you get out of bed and get dressed, you're fighting back. And it's very important that we all remember that, because it's very easy to give up. It's a lot harder to fight back. And do you know what? We are fighting back because we are carrying on every single day. So you should be proud of those little achievements. And that quote, I'm going to put that on my Instagram now, because it's just going to remind me of how far I've come. So anyway, guys, I've done enough waffling on. I'm going to end this video here, but I'm going to keep it going the weekend. So I'm going to show you tomorrow my weight loss or weight gain or weight maintenance from group. And then also we have a food shop coming tomorrow, so I may do a unboxing or unpacking video to show you what's in our shopping basket this week, and also what meals we have planned for the week ahead. So gonna go now and enjoy my coffee that's been sitting there the whole time I've been talking to you, and then get sorted for dinner and everything tonight. So speak to you all tomorrow. So it's Saturday morning and we are off to group, so I will update you as soon as I get there and let you know what the result is this week. Fingers crossed. we are out of group now and we are on our way home, and we are both over the moon with our result this week. I lost £4 and Luke,
I lost £3.
and I am absolutely over the moon with my weight loss. I really am. I'm so thrilled to bits with that. At best, I think we was both expecting to maintain, because of the fact that we was at my dad's house for about 4 days after we rejoined. So obviously in that 4 days we kind of food optimized as best we could, but we wasn't 100%. Obviously then New Year's Eve, we then had the girls over and we kind of had a little few treats, but back on it 100% from New Year's Day. So was expecting to maintain, and absolutely thrilled to pieces with the £4 loss. I've also got £3.5 to lose now to get me back to the weight I was on the 30th of October before I went AWOL. So I am aiming to get that £3.5 off, so then that way I'm back on an even keel, and then I can start to lose more weight and then become lighter and lighter. But literally over the moon. We are now on our way home, and then we are going down to Luke's sister's, who's cooking us a sin-free spaghetti bolognese. She's cooking it especially for us, to make sure that we are eating healthy and we're not having to count any sins for our dinner. So I'm really looking forward to that, and she does make an amazing bolognese. Luke, any words of wisdom for today?
Food optimise as best you can, stay focused, stay in control, and hopefully I'll get slimmer of the week.
Oh, that is Luke's aim, is to get slimmer of the week. He's been aiming so long to get that result, so I'm hoping he does get it eventually. But we've got food shopping coming shortly, so we're going to get home, get unpacked, and then get dressed, and then head off down to Luke's sister's house. So both of us are over the moon with our result, loving it, and just gonna make sure that we build this as a lifestyle and not as a diet. So I've done my meal planning for the week, and I thought I would just share with you some ideas of what we've chosen. Now in this snack column here, these are just rough ideas of some snacks, just so I can get those bits in. I don't always stick to those, but it's just good just to give me a bit of an idea of what snacks I can go for. I've then also got a little shopping list here, what I've been writing out, obviously from the meals that I've chosen, and then we can do some shopping to grab those bits. So going through the meals, I start my week on a Saturday because that is my weigh-in day. So tomorrow I'm going to have overnight oats for breakfast, which I've already prepared and it's in the fridge. Then when we get home from group, I'm going to have jacket potato, beans, cheese and salad. Then tomorrow night we are at Luke's sister's house for dinner, and she's going to make a sin-free spaghetti bolognese. On Sunday I'm going to have a cooked breakfast, so a full grilled breakfast on Sunday. Sunday for lunch I'm going to have roast chicken, which we're going to marinate with like lemon, garlic, rosemary, some other seasonings, and then have that with roasted sweet potatoes and roast veg. Then Sunday, if we're hungry after dinner or after lunch, sorry, then we will have a barbecue pizza wrap using the Weight Watchers wraps. Then Monday, ham and egg cups for breakfast, chicken salad for lunch. Dinner will be pork chops, mash, mushy peas, mushrooms and some other speedy veg. Tuesday I'm going to have Weetabix with berries, and I'm going to make a chicken soup on Monday night, which is just chicken breast, celery, carrot, garlic, vegetable seasoning, and just all cooked up, so it is really nice warming soup. So I'm going to have that for lunch on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Then from the Slimming World Take 5 cookbook, we're going to cook Mexican chicken stew for dinner on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I'm going to have boiled eggs for breakfast, the chicken soup for lunch, and then we're going to make like a taco-y kind of mince, but instead of having it in taco shells, we're going to have that in toasted flatbreads, which are amazing, and the ones I get from Sainsbury's are 4.5 sins each. and have that served with some salad and maybe make our own salsa as well. Yogurt and fruit, so Greek yogurt and fruit for breakfast on Thursday, the chicken soup for lunch, and then gonna have chunky lamb kebabs for dinner, which is also from the Slimming World Take 5 cookbook. Again, ham and egg cups, gonna have that on Friday, one of my favourite breakfasts of all time, so have that quite often. Then a chicken salad for lunch, and then Friday night we're gonna have a teriyaki chicken stir fry. So this week I aim to lose 2 pounds, or try my hardest to lose that. I've also got my good habits here, which I'm gonna tick off as each day goes by. So my habits are a third of speed food at every meal, drink 2 litres of water a day, walk 10,000 steps a day, write my food diary every day, and practice mindfulness. And then my goals, which I will tick off at the end of the week, will be to increase my fluids, increase my steps, start my body magic, and remember free food first. So that is my weekly meal planner with my shopping list, all my meals planned out, some habits and some goals all ready for the week ahead. So the food shopping has arrived. I'm just going to quickly show you a few of the bits that we've got. So we've got a couple of bottles of squash, some lemon and lime still water, stir fry mix, Walker's baked, cheese and onion and sea salt, ham, hex sausages, mushrooms, some spring onions, some mixed leaves, carrots, fat-free quark, lacto-free milk, dried egg noodles, peppers, Faya Greek yogurts. Now these we didn't order, but they gave them to us. So I have to have a little workout of how many sins they are, but they look quite nice. Apple, ginger and dark chocolate. Some soya sauce, carrots, basmati rice, parmesan cheese, blackberries, raspberries, some dog treats, tomatoes, fresh rosemary, fresh thyme, blueberries, paprika, bananas, sweet potatoes, bananas, onions. We've got a whole chicken for dinner tomorrow. Some chicken breast fillets. Some bacon, thick cut smoked bacon. This for the toilet is absolutely amazing. Blue foam aroma. Cucumber. Bleach. And then Luke's got some 7-Up, another bottle of squash, very liquid, and 2 cartons of eggs. So that's our food shop done. Time to put away and then head down to Kerry's for dinner. So we've come to Starbucks for a coffee before we go to Kerry's house, and it's the first coffee in Starbucks or Costa for the new year, so I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm having a tall soya cappuccino with sugar-free vanilla, which is 3.5 sins. Luke, what are you having?
Skinny cappuccino with sugar-free caramel, and may I just add that the first one that Davey had, the cup was cracked, so it's been sent back.
So I'm waiting for my one to come up now, but I'm going to enjoy this and then head to Kerry's to see the kids.
gonna be me, that's fine.